Hello everyone, Michael Valentine, student minister here at Jefferson City Christian Church. And today I wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Zoom, which is a video conferencing software that we think will be really beneficial for you guys to get together and connect face to face via the internet during this crazy time of social isolation. So first I would like to show you what Zoom is and how you can find it, and then take you step by step on how to get signed up, how to create meetings, and ultimately how to get in a room with other people. We think that this software would be great for any of our small group leaders that are looking for a way to connect to their small group classes, or possibly even students or adults that are just missing their friends and want a way to connect with one another. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is you're going to go to a web browser on your computer. Anything that you use to search, I myself use Google. And so what you'll do in Google is you'll just go ahead and type in Zoom, which is Zoom. And the first thing that pops up here should be zoom.us, and it'll say Zoom Video Conferencing. That's the one that we want to go ahead and click on. So we'll click on Zoom Conferencing, and this is what the page should look like for you. It should have this little graph on the front, and up here in particular what we're looking at in the upper right hand side is this button that says sign up. It's free. So we'll click on the sign up, it's free, and now here things can get a little bit muddled. It says to put in your work email address. You don't have to use a work email address. You can actually use any old email address that you have, whichever one that you would like to use for that. And not only that, but down at the bottom, you'll see that there are other options like signing in with Google if you have a Google account, and if you have a Gmail account, then you do. Or you can sign in with your Facebook. Either of those options will work. It'll redirect you to Google or to Facebook and ask you to sign in with your sign in for those sites, and then it will redirect you back to Zoom. For the purposes of our video today, I'm actually going to show you what it would look like if you were just signing up with an email as a first-time user. So I'm going to use an old email that we used to use here at the church, and it is jeffcityyouth@gmail.com. Oh, misspelled city there. Get that right. jeffcityyouth@gmail.com. And I'm just going to push sign up. And when you push sign up, it'll take you to this screen. And it says that we've sent an email to whatever your email address is, and that you need to click the confirmation link in the email to begin using Zoom. So what you'll want to do now is you'll want to go to whatever your email provider is. If you're using Gmail, then you'll go to Gmail, AOL, go to AOL Mail, however it is that you check your email. So I'm going to go ahead and switch tabs, and this is my Gmail account. And as you can see, I have an email from Zoom, and it says, please activate your Zoom account. So I'm going to click on that email, and in the email, you'll see this big blue box that says activate account. That's what we want to click. So we'll go ahead and click it, and it will open up Zoom for us, right? So here it is. This is Zoom. And now it's going to ask you for just a couple of information things. This information isn't anything that they're going to keep. It's not anything that they're going to sell or anything like that. So don't be worried about that. This is just a way for you to put your first and last name in so people will know who it is that they're talking to. So when you get into meetings, it'll show your name and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put Michael as my first name, Valentine as my last name, and then it's going to ask you for a password. Now the passwords have to have 8 characters. They have to have a letter, a number, and there has to be at least one uppercase and one lowercase letter in your password. So I'm just going to go ahead and type a random one in here that I hope I can remember. And make sure that whatever you use is something that you'll be able to remember, or a handy note is to just write it down somewhere. Maybe keep a little notebook with all your passwords in it so you can keep up with those. After you click continue, all right, it's going to take you to this. This page says that you can invite your colleagues to join you on Zoom. Now, if you already have the email for people that you want to have these meetings with, or the people that you would like to connect with over this video software, then you can go ahead and do so at this stage of the Zoom. But this is not the only place where you can do that, and there's actually an easier way for you to do this later. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm actually going to press skip this step, and we're going to move on to Zoom itself. Now the next stage says start your test meeting. If you want to get a test meeting just to kind of get your feet wet and to see what this kind of looks like, then you by all means can start a test meeting. But if you actually want to get to like the meat of the software and see what it would be like to invite people to the software, then what you're going to do is you're going to press go to my account. And so for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to press go to my account, and this is where it should take me. So this is my account on Zoom. It has my name, it has a meeting ID, which is unique to the Zoom software. It has the email that I use to sign in with, my user type, capacity, all those kind of things. We're not super worried about those, but what we want to do at this stage, now that we have this, you'll never have to do the sign up portion again. You'll just have to sign in with your email and the password that you created. But at this point, this is where you will start using Zoom on a regular basis. You'll see in the upper right hand side, we have schedule a meeting, join a meeting, host a meeting, and sign out. What we want to do is we want to go to schedule a meeting. And when you get to this page, it's going to ask you for a topic. So this topic could be anything. It could be, hey, let's hang out and talk for a little while. Or, hey, that was a great sermon on Sunday. Let's discuss some of these discussion questions that John and Luke put out. Or, hey, I heard that Barbie and Michael just dropped a children's and youth curriculum and they put some questions out. Let's get together and talk about them. So you can go in here. For the sake of today, I'm just going to say, let's hang out. And then you can put a description, and this can be as detailed as you want, like how long we can hang out. Let's hang out for 1 minute. I'm just going to put that because I'm not going to be on here for very long. And then it's going to ask you for a date. The date 3/19/20 is obviously today. It's asking to start the meeting at 2 p.m. because it is 5 minutes till that. But I'm actually going to go ahead and backtrack it to 1:30 p.m., which is already passed, but that's okay. It'll automatically set the time zone for you, and then all of these other things you don't really need to mess with, but you can. They're just quality of life things. So if you're not super techie, ignore everything else and then go straight to the bottom. If you want to get more complicated to my technical people out there, you're more than welcome to. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the bottom, you're going to press save. Now once you've pressed save, it'll take you to this, and it is your meetings, managing the meeting hangout. And so as you'll see here, it says my topic is hangout. The description is let's hang out for 1 minute. The time is March the 19th at 1:30. And I can add it to my Google Calendar or my Outlook calendar or my Yahoo calendar. That way it'll remind me on my phone or whatever. But the thing that we're really worried about here is this section right here that says join URL. This is how we're going to invite other people to the meeting that we've just created. So if you're the type of person who will be scheduling meetings, all of these steps have shown you how to schedule a meeting. If you're the type of person who just gets invited to a meeting, this is how you will get invited. And there's several ways that you can do it. The first way is you could copy and paste this URL right here, just all of those letters and words. You can just go copy and paste, or over here on the side, Zoom has done a really good thing where all you have to do is left click copy invitation and then push copy meeting invitation, and when it says copy to the clipboard, you're good to go. And so you can X out of that and then go back to your email, right? And I'm just going to compose a new email, and I'm going to send it to S. Valentine, which is Stephanie Valentine, our worship leader and my wife. And I'm going to say, let's have a Zoom meeting. And then in the body of the email, you can either right click and paste, or you can use Control and the V key, and it pastes all that stuff that Zoom gave you. It says, Michael is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. The topic is Hangout. It tells her what time it is, and it also gives her that URL, that link to the meeting. So what I'm going to do now on Google is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to select send that email. So I sent that email out to Steph, and so now she has been invited to a meeting with me on Zoom. So what I will do at this point is I will go back to my Zoom page. Here at my meeting page, it says start this meeting. I'm going to click start the meeting. It is going to ask me to open Zoom. The first time you do this, it will ask you to download Zoom. Just let it download and click OK. Then I will open it. And as you will see, it showed up on my hot bar down here at the bottom of my computer. It's going to ask me to join audio, which is something that you want to do because that will allow them to hear you and you to hear them. So click join with audio. So this should be our meeting. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see if Steph got our invite, which I believe that she did. And I'm going to click start video over here because it'll let me. All right. And there's Steph. Hey, Steph, how are you?
Hi.
And there she
Good.
is. And see, now we are able to see each other face to face. We're able to talk. We're able to communicate. And you can have multiple people in the meeting with you. I could have Luke and John and Barbie and up to 100 people in this meeting with me. So thanks, Steph. Thanks for showing us how it works. And I will talk to you
No
later.
problem.
All right, bye.
Bye.
And so that right there, end meeting for all. I'm ending the meeting, and there you go. Congratulations on hosting your first Zoom meeting. So that's Zoom, guys. That's how it works. It's pretty simple. You know, it seems like there are a lot of steps, but that's only because we had to sign up for the first time. Once you've gotten signed up, once everything is done, you can see it says join a meeting and sign in. I mean, it's super simple. You sign in, you create a meeting, and for those of you who are not even creating meetings, all you have to do is click on that link and it'll take you right to where you need to go. All right. There are a couple of caveats that I think that we should talk about when you're using Zoom. The first one is Zoom offers free meetings with the understanding that the meetings can only last for 40 minutes. Once 40 minutes has come in your meeting and you've been meeting for 40 minutes, Zoom will actually shut that meeting down. But if you need to meet for longer than that, once your meeting gets shut down, it's just as simple as scheduling another meeting. So let's say that you meet at 1 and then at 1:40 it shuts down, but you guys weren't done talking. Schedule another meeting for 1:30, boot it up and get back in there, and you got another 40 minutes to talk. All right. So just keep making meetings if you need to talk for longer than that. I mentioned it when Steph was on screen that you can have a maximum of 100 people in a meeting. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little chaotic and hectic. And I agree, it would be crazy to have 100 people in there. But what it means for us is you could have anywhere from 1 to 100. So you could have 5 people, you could have 10 people or 15, which means all of our small groups here at Jefferson City Christian Church, they could effectively meet in a meeting, because I think the largest group that we may have here is around 15. So it would be good for those individuals. So if the boomers and shakers wanted to all meet in this meeting, they could. If the high school boys wanted to all meet in a Zoom meeting, they could. So this is available to them now for a place where they can all connect together in one spot, see each other, interact with each other, and just maintain those social connections that we've been building over the past year or years during this difficult time of being socially isolated and distancing ourselves. One thing that I will say is I highly recommend that you use Zoom on a laptop computer if you have one. Laptops have built-in webcams and also built-in microphones, so it's easy to see and hear and talk to other people. Also, there is the sharing of documents, so if you wanted to do a lesson with each other, a small group lesson, possibly go over discussion questions that Luke and John would put out for the sermon on Sunday, or discussion questions that I would put out for the youth or Barbie put out for the children. It would be easier to do that on a laptop. If you're just going for the face-to-face interaction and you don't need to share documents, you can use this on a smartphone, on an iPhone, an Android phone. Any phone that has a touch screen is generally considered a smartphone. On those phones, it's kind of the same idea. The sign-up process will be the same. The only difference is you will get the app through the Apple Store or through the Google Play Store. That's it for Zoom. That is Zoom in a nutshell. And I really hope that you guys find this useful, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to use it to stay connected and to see each other and meet with each other during these crazy times. I'm also, with this video, there's going to be a description underneath it when I post it, and there will be a link. And this link will be to Zoom's website, and they have several videos that go step by step on how to do everything that I just explained. So maybe you watched my video and it was a little confusing for you, or I missed something. Zoom has got you covered. If you're still having a hard time and you really want to use this and you need more help, make sure to get with us here at the church. All the ministers are in and out of the building right now. We're still working. you can email us at info@jeffcitychurch.com, and we will help you get set up with Zoom. We miss you guys like crazy. We can't wait for things to get back to normal, but until it does, we hope to see you on Zoom.